Hey everybody, hope everyone's having a good Memorial Day, honoring soldiers who lost their lives in combat all around the world, and especially those close to you. And then also, I hope everyone's also had a good holiday weekend. We had an amazing tournament and combo breaker, and then also had but hope everyone's had a good time with family, maybe get some rest and relaxation at the coast or at a resort or with nature or just with the barbecue. Anyhow, I'm gonna play some matches with Paul, so I'm gonna let him invite us because he likes to have his settings, so I'll let him know to go ahead and invite. Congratulations on Paul69KDMD though. Yeah, hey Silverbolt, the videos do help. I guess while we're waiting for Paul, I'll try to show you some stuff really quick. Elbow is something I'm gonna probably do a whole freaking guide on for Sarah, but yeah, we'll do Leon. It can get a little deep. I'll try to tell you the basics though, okay? Jab, elbow, throw. A lot of people see me do this lecture a lot. That's okay. I will privately give you the lecture. But generally, high jab is your fastest move at 12 frames. It's one of your fastest. Actually, Sarah has back punch, just 10 frames. Ridiculously good. But it's not much reward. Like, between this and throw, if you're at +10, throw is better. Even though they can escape throw is more damage, but you can set up some stuff like this, you know. So Sarah can do quite a bit of stuff with back punch, but I don't really want you to focus on that move yet. Focus on high jab, which is guard, punch, and then guard cancel it. That way, instead of doing punch, you're like, if you do punch guard, you can see that. I'm gonna play with Paul in just a sec here. But let's show you how that looks. Punch guard, punch guard, punch guard. Okay? Really important. Elbow, same thing. 6 punch, right? Okay. This move is so good, but it's not the only thing. You can't just do it willy-nilly. This is, again, much faster at 12 frames. This is also 12 frames. Low punch. Low punch can be blocked high or low, but here's the thing. That doesn't matter. Low punch's goal is to interrupt people that do high attacks. It's to punish people that are doing strings. So when you see somebody doing a string, you just low punch, and then you quickly go into something like this, or even just elbow, right? Just this is good. And what happens is once they actually stop trying to mash after your low punch, you throw them. So low punch into throw, low punch into mid, low punch into throw, both very good. And that's the basics on the low punch. So why is elbow good? Elbow is good because if they did low punch, this will crush low punch, right? Sarah's 8 kick and guard, up kick and guard. Up kick and guard will just crush low punch, right? It'll just destroy people trying to do a low punch. At the same time, low punch just crushes people doing high punch. Elbow is a safe mid, and it being mid means you can't do either of those. Like if she has frame advantage, if she's at +2 against most characters, if she's +3 against Leon, she will lose to this, but actually make him prove to you that he's going to do that. So you just use, at +2, you just do the elbow in general. Okay, now, again, me saying it makes it still confusing. So we would have to do a session, and I can show you in person how effective it is. Just doing this and this. And then elbow, but why is her elbow so good? Her elbow is really good. I'm going to give you a quick, even though I'm going to go play with Paul in a sec here. Her elbow, it's only 0 frame. That doesn't look good, right? Only a 0 frame advantage on normal hit. But the thing is, if they're already crouching, you kind of can predict that they're going to, like, this one, you're going to get +6. So at +6, most people you can do, like, into this in the side kick. Right? You can do in the side kick like that. You can basically do a mid that's about 17 frames or faster. But you can also then like throw them. They can't duck. They can't duck the throw. After you do this, if they guard high, the throw wins. If you hit them from crouch and you throw them, if they block, they're screwed. If they try holding down and guard, won't work. Even if they hold down and guard, this throw is going to work after the elbow connects like that. This is why throw mid is the mix-up, because for them to beat the throw, they would want to attack. And so yeah, they would win if they attacked you. So that's why you end up doing stuff like, you know, like this. Elbow into down forward punch and kick is really good. Elbow if it counter hits or if it crouch hits. If it normal hits, you're going to get interrupted. But and so I know this is a lot to take in. It's easier if I show it to you when we actually play. But like this is just a small basic example. You can do a lot of things. This and this is so good. Better yet though, the awesome thing, elbow kick. Elbow kick is guaranteed if they're crouched. It's also guaranteed if you counter hit. And so she's got nasty okizeme like that, where this, not always the best to do. Like the safest okizeme is actually do this into this. Because if they tech roll, you kind of don't want, like this kind of sucks if they do this, right? But this is for somebody that's staying down. It would be just generally safer is just to do this. And that's because now you're in this situation where you can do stuff like this. There's also stuff like this where you can do that crouch. So if I have him stay down, there's a safety. The heavies, it's harder to do. But it? Let's see. Oh, that's right, it's forward. Yeah. So the thing is the elbow is kind of generally true for everyone. Now Leon has the second word. You see how good I use elbow with Leon? And I do that even though Leon actually has the second worst elbow in the game. Why is Leon's elbow the second worst elbow in the game? It's the second worst elbow in the game because Leon on counter hit, like the opponent can still fuzzy guard his elbow. So the opponent just gets hit by elbow. As long as they weren't crouched, they can still fuzzy guard. And so technically I can't like do like elbow throw technically, right? And I couldn't even elbow mid if they knew that, right? But I can do elbow punch. Elbow punch will work. So it's better for me to commit to that. But elbow punch is good. It has okizeme. It's just not as good as having an elbow into nitaku. Right? Elbow into what we call nitaku, which is the two-way mix-up between throw and mid, is just so good. Right? So it's really important to understand the importance of nitaku. And the whole reason fuzzy guard's important is because fuzzy guard means you can't get mixed up by throw or mid. Now, Jeffrey has the worst elbow, except, here's the thing. So with Jeffrey's elbow, the opponent can fuzzy guard. But Jeffrey wants you to fuzzy guard because Jeffrey can low throw people that fuzzy guard. So Jeffrey's like waiting for you to show you can do it. And if you don't do the fuzzy guard, he has a strong mix-up. But if you but then now, once you do fuzzy guard, there's a different mind game that happens with Jeffrey at the higher level. And that mind game is starting to mix up things like evade cancels because for the things that fuzzy guard loses to, evade cancels typically deal with them. And so that's the defensive mix-up. The offensive mix-up is mid and throw. The defensive mix-up is fuzzy guard. So let me show what that looks like to Silver Bolt, because it's really important that you do it's super important that you do guard throw escapes, and then it's super important you do fuzzy guards. And after you can do those two things, then it becomes important that you can do evade cancels. You need to do those things. Like, it's something that you just practice every day, and suddenly 3 months down the road, you're like really good at them. And then you'll find that your VF is a lot different than it was before. It's not the only thing. These are building blocks, but you need to be able to do them eventually. So let's see. I am going to go to Paul in a sec. I'm sorry, Paul. Thanks for waiting, Paul. I think he understands that. So fuzzy guard is down forward, and you can do it either down forward, neutral, down forward, or you can do down forward, down forward, right? See how I'm doing that? Yeah, so after your elbow's blocked, you do this. So let's change the CPU to standing, and what we call guard and counterattack number 5, okay? So what happens? The AI is going to either throw, and I can do guard throw escape. If I want, I can practice guard throw escape here, which I press guard, then I hold guard. While I'm holding guard, I press and hold punch. Now he can't neutral throw me, right? And so I'm going to defend both. Let's switch this back to, what is her, let's switch back to neutral stance. Man, there we go. Okay, so, there we go. Okay, this is guard throw escape. Now, fuzzy guard. And I can do that with, if I can actually, that's guaranteed, for example, but that sucked, right? So, but I don't have much time. So that is the importance of learning how to do fuzzy guard, okay? You need to do it. Like, your game is held back, but also the reason you want to learn the fuzzy guard is many applications. One is the fuzzy guard itself. Second, you need to understand this is a good thing to do in general. I mean, there is a way to punish this, but this is a way to move forward, just like this is a way to move forward. If I do backdash guard, look at how long, like, I can't cancel that backdash. Forward dash, I can cancel it right away. I can let it go a little further, and then hit guard. I can cancel it right away if I see an attack coming. Fuzzy guard, this is only costing me about 5 frames. Now, there are some monsters out there at the high level where they'll punish you for just doing this empty. Now, that's at the high level. That's like Denkai in New York. He's good at going, oh, you like to do this? I'm going to time something to hit that. And it's really scary. But that's really hard to do. Most people are not going to nail you for that. And so until you fight some monster like Denkai, you kind of want to get used to doing movements like this as you approach, just to kind of learn how to defend. Because what you're building the muscle memory for this, but you're mainly learning how to block a good thing and do a good thing from your block. In Virtua Fighter, your guard is only as good as what you do when you block something. So if you block and do nothing, it's a worthless guard, actually. It's meh, right? But if you actually block, like, Leon's uppercut, and then you instantly throw or mid him, right? That's worth something. If you, because when he does his uppercut, or he does his sidekick, and you block it, he's in, again, Nitaku. Means he can't duck your throw, he can't fuzzy guard. So you get to do a mid or a throw, and it's your opportunity to mess with people. With Sarah, we should talk about there's light reads. Like fuzzy guarding is dealing with a light read situation. Like I guard throw escape also, but you're kind of like, I think he's gonna do this kind of stuff, right? But if you start to go like he's definitely going to throw, then you start doing like 1K and look at like you start doing like elbow cancel on the 1K. Right? And then now I've got, and notice the risk reward's not that bad. The risk reward, if he's just doing that, if he's just doing elbow and throw, the risk reward is not bad. Suddenly I can do like this, right? That's your answer when you know they're going to throw is to launch them. But for the time that you're not sure, you just, you do fuzzy guard. You do guard throw escape. And so it's about the confidence in your reads. But Sarah is actually better played more safe because people combo the crap out of her. So her risk is higher than normal. And because of that, but she is a hit confirming, safe striking machine. She is so annoying. Her elbow is so good, it can delay, right? Right? So it's like one of those things where you can delay it and mess with, so delay beats people that are doing like instant response. Right? Now you shouldn't always do it because some people are going to hold guard. If they hold guard, you know, just do your fuzzy guard. But you can do that against people that are, watch how people respond. You fight someone like me, I see an empty gap, I start attacking. So this is a very good tactic against someone like me. Yes, 100% what Rodnut says, yeah. Yeah, and so now the thing with Sarah, last thing I'm going to say is that, so first, learning just basic elbow, so strong. Fuzzy guard, mandatory. Guard throw escape, mandatory. But the basic elbow is what you should start your learning how to do. But, that said, then, later on you can learn elbow into kick. You can learn to confirm it is number one. Number two, then you start using delays. But when you have it, you have like these awesome things, like you have awesome stuff like her Okizeme. Sarah's Okizeme is stupid good. Like it is so stupidly good. And then, you know, that she can do stuff like this, right? And then if they do tech roll, this is, so in general, this is your good option for us, like elbow into 4K, elbow kick into 4K. But when you have the elbow kick, 4K is a really good one because it's gonna put them into flamingo. Like you're gonna be in flamingo with advantage. But you gotta read your opponent. Yeah. Yes, Rodnut's reading is, but I am teaching somebody who right now wants to kind of feel some security in a safe game first. And then as they get better at defending, as they find themselves blocking a lot more because they're fuzzy guarding, because they're doing guard throw escape, then we start talking about how to build those reads. But right now, the player is still trying to get a hold of VF as a whole and try to be centered. And until they feel that centeredness, until they feel secure in the situations they're in, reading is like over their head right now. And so if I just tell him you got to start reading, it's a little much. I got to get him comfortable in understanding how to not be knocked down or killed, right? I would love to, but that said, you know, each person takes their own time and grasp, and at the same time, I don't want to make Maximilian look like, you know, like he's strong actually, but his audience, it benefits them if it benefits Maximilian dude with his audience just seeing him have fun playing VF how he plays VF. But if we ever did competitive, it's cool. All right. No, not at all. Nuts. I love that everyone's adding to the chat. It gives us it gives me an opportunity to talk about the subject and to explain. And so yeah, you're not undermining the teaching at all. It's really good. Yeah. But yes, ultimately reading is the most important thing in VF, but right now, being able to fight, like we don't teach white belts how to read the opponent, we teach the white belts how to actually defend and how to punch, right? And in Virtua Fighter we teach boxing first because that's it. Boxing leads to the reading, right? Just like low punch beating against AI 1, right? Like level 1, low punch. Okay, never mind. Let's set to 3. Right, and then leading into stuff like that is like we try to get them comfortable with that first, which is somebody starts mashing punches at you, you low punch and then you launch them, right? Okay. But when it stops working, when like you low punch and they block or they sidestep, now you're reading them because you're like, oh, they're going to defend, I'm going to throw them. That's reading 101, right? That's how we start with the reading. And then we kind of move on to that path. When we get used to the boxing, suddenly people are like, hey, we're getting into these boxing fights, but it looks so scrappy. Why is it not getting better? It's like, okay, let's start talking about the backdash, because the backdash will beat the jab, the elbow, and the throw. Okay, and then we start teaching, somebody's trying to chase my backdash, what do I do, right? And then you teach them how to punish that. Now you start to have a cycle of options, and now the player starts to see different lines of reading that they've been learning along the way. But we got to do those in steps, and we got to be with the student. If we talk ahead of the student too much, drives them nuts. They're like, I don't get I'm learning all this crap, right? You know, and it's too much. So we got to always kind of take it a step at a time and get them to be really strong at each step. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Vengeance, you definitely should spar and all that. All right, Paul, let's go ahead and spar. Silverbolt. I hope my mini lecture here helped, but I'm gonna tell it to you in steps a bit later too, and we're gonna get you up to speed on all the techniques and to really feel VF. But I hope that helps. So. Yeah, everybody, congratulate Paul. Paul got 3rd place. It was an amazing performance. Really excellent battles. Congratulations to Tengu Man getting 2nd place. New Generation stepped on Tricky's door. Now Tricky showed how strong the Tricky Denkai level is, right? Which is like a whole tier by itself in VF. But it was amazing, and so. But it's also amazing to see like Jacko had an amazing run, but Tengu Man and Paul giving a good fight, and Paul taking over Tengu Man, that was amazing, right? So this was good stuff. Jacko is a very smart, very strong player. He's a guy who plays with really good reads and very patient. And Paul put the pressure on him. And I think Paul was like 0-2 until he turned it around, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But I think it was like, it almost looked like Jacko was going to run away with the whole thing. Or, or 1-0. Yeah, 0-1. And then Paul turned it around. But yeah, Jacko is no slouch at all. Jacko beats me up. I honestly feel like Jacko doesn't want to play like long matches with me, and that's okay, because I think they're a tournament player first. I only see Jacko in tournaments. I don't get to play casuals much, just maybe a little, like 1 game a night, and it's just that it's their focus. Jacko wants to win tournaments, and I respect that. So it is awesome. Jacko's a very smart player. Congratulations, Paul. Congratulations, Tengu Man, and congratulations, Tricky. I mean, what an amazing tournament. And the battle with Cobratron was so exciting too. That was a really good match. Cobratron is a creative type player, and their Kage is so much fun to fight against. It's slightly more aggressive than a lot of Kages I fight. But I really love fighting Cobratron's Kage because of its creativity, and the matches are just really fun. Yeah, so okay. Let's talk about that really quick before we fight. The in-zone monitors. I've heard they're not the fastest. Here's the hard part. I think Paul's playing on not the most fast, but one of the fastest setups. at home, which is a TV with a really good game mode that has very minimal input delay. And I think, Paul, you're playing on a PS5, which is like the second fastest. Actually, it renders better, but frame-wise, it's the second fastest, I believe, behind the PS4 Pro. I think the PS4 Pro is the fastest at running this game. Rental Animator plays on a PS4 Pro with like an incredibly high-grade monitor, and they told me that even Final Showdown at the arcade feels laggy to them, you know. So, but they said that the Evo setup, which at Evo we had PS4 Pros with the in-zone monitors, and I think it's the M3 model. They said it was a little laggy. Now, my setup is more laggy. I am playing the Generation 1 PS4, which is noticeably laggy compared to the others. And to the point where it overrides the monitor stuff. It's like, you can, like, I have a very fast portable monitor that I bring to events. That one is actually quite fast, but my PS4 OG is still, like, when people play it, they're like, why is it laggy? You know? So I'm used to playing on a laggy setup. So for me, when I play in tournaments, I'm like, oh, this is great. This plays better than what I play at home. So suddenly I have more time to react. I have more time to think. I feel like my setup has made me stronger. So, you know, so I do feel that. And so that's also why I enjoy playing both online and offline, is because when I do online, I was inspired watching Rodnuts versus Paul, because watching Rodnuts play, I was watching Rodnuts measuring. Like, okay, I can't do that response, but I think I can do this one that's slightly slower. And I was watching him calibrate, and then suddenly he's doing like the right responses. That's what I try to do when I play. When I play online, I try to figure out, okay, what reaction can I do and what can I not do? And then what I can't do, I either do the second fastest or I replace it with a more Yomi approach, where I'm going to try to read a little more. Yeah. Yeah, so if it is like Dragon Ball, yeah, just like what I posted on Twitter, because when I went to offline, especially when I played on really fast setups offline, it felt like Dragon Ball Z. It felt like Dragon Ball Original, when Goku took off like the shirt that's like made of steel, or like the heavy shirt, and suddenly everybody's like, what the hell? And suddenly it's like faster. That's how it felt playing like offline. It was like, okay, oh, this is better, you know. But then when I go back to online on my laggy setup, no problem. You know, I just have to I have to dial back the reaction and dial up the Yomi a little more, or, you know, either or. I have to pick and choose between those. But yeah, so it is like that. All right, let me see. So yeah, I did see a message from Silverbolt, but Silverbolt, I really enjoy our chats. All right, Paul, let's fight. I'm gonna get creamed by Paul here, because Paul is on like freaking offline tournament energy right now. So I'm not expecting to do well here, but I think it should be a lot of fun. The one thing that might work in my favor is Paul might be like, what the hell is this lag? you know, so, because it's the first time, it is hard to go back to the lag. After that, it's not, after a while, it's not so bad. You can do both. I believe in doing both. I believe doing both makes you stronger. I bet Rodnuts got stronger too in offline because of this mixing and matching of online and offline. You know? Yeah, well, there was sun in my eyes earlier in the year when I was playing with my PlayStation display with a window opposite of it. That was hard because I'm only seeing about 40% of the screen because of it's glaring off of that glossy display. So hard to play on. And it was just like, and I saw my performance dip. I mean, I saw my performance in the leagues, on the Sunday leagues dip when playing on that. And suddenly when I changed my monitor to my normal PC monitor, oh man, suddenly I was playing better. I was like, oh, okay, it actually had a real impact. You know. Headphones are good, but I actually trained myself to play without volume, without headphones. I used to play with headphones, and they are good. They are important. But not every tournament lets you use them, so it's like, okay. Oh, this is lag. Okay, we got synchronization. Okay, you're ready to play. What is going on? Okay. Okay, Paul is playing. That was awesome, Paul, to set up the costumes. Yay, I blocked it. Paul's getting used to online, but we also had a rocky start. I could see right away that there was some lag on the synchronization step. So when there's cinematics, that synchronization is happening during those times. Like, I actually believe that if you try to rush the replays, you're gonna have a problem. Because if there's synchronization problems, you will definitely have a problem because the game will not synchronize that well. And when it doesn't synchronize that well, the experience is a lot rougher. So I actually believe that letting the replays go allows the game to synchronize better. Okay, he went to backdraw. Okay. Okay, that is punishable. So he's getting used to the feeling. He's definitely getting used to the feeling. Okay. So, because I know that he knows that that's punishable. I know he knows that low is punishable. We're getting Paul back into the groove. It feels so different, I know. You're going to get used to it again, but it's going to take a bit. So this first set is a wash. It's a warm-up set, all right? This is putting the heavy suit back on. So, we're putting the heavy suit back on, Paul. We're powering you up for the next one. So, for the next tournament. Thanks. Kind of waiting for him to. He's still getting used to that. He's got a buffer early. Nice switch up. There we go. So it is funny getting used to him getting used to the online. It does, yeah. Mid. I always forget that you have to do a timing with Paul. Like with Paul, you gotta time that because he's gonna do an option. He has a delay option that he does. Or he does a delay flowchart, which is really awkward, but The weakness is that you can kind of deal with it if you know that he's gonna sometimes not do the mid or low. Yeah. It is. I'm waiting for it to get on point. So it's like, oh, his OK is a little off right now. But I do mess with timing a lot, so I found that does work against Paul. So. If the synchronization, if you're feeling desyncs, you should definitely let the replay go, but up to you. I know you don't, I think you're the type who likes to rush though. And if you want to rush, go ahead, but I feel that today the connection's not the best. $3K should be it. Hey Kyle, so awesome to see you. Oh, awesome! Kyle is in Texas. That's excellent. There's a lot. Which part of Texas are you in, Kyle? Nice timing. Near Dallas? Okay, there's one other player near Dallas, I can't remember. I like the flowchart after stagger break, so I think I almost got the hang of it, so. Nice. Yeah, it looks like everybody's hungry for VF after Combo Breaker, so this is good. This is really good. I'm happy to see everybody today, you know? My pleasure. There it is. Really? Okay. So that was weird. Okay. What happened here? What? Okay, it's just because he's doing slow options. Alright. Yeah. There's the meaties that we're looking for. But yeah, Kyle, that stuff was awesome. Thanks a lot, both Rayblade and Kyle. I did send a set to Juicebox. Nice dagger break. Ah, I thought. Oh, come on, I blocked it. Nice fuzzy. We definitely need to wait to let the replays play out. There is synchronization. Nice. Yeah, I think we should let the replays play out, because you notice how it stutters, or you notice how when we do press start, there's a long pause? That's the game trying to synchronize the connection. Like, that's my guess. I could be wrong, but I'm always certain that whenever we see those stutters in the replay times, those are basically the game telling you that it's stuttering. PK Brown, thanks for the comment on the 2KK. It worked out. It worked out. Normally, no. Yeah, we can try rejoin after, for sure. As a side event, it's unconfirmed, but we're pretty sure it will happen as a side event. Almost. If it was offline, I would have gotten that throw scare. Nice. That's the guard break that scares everyone. Like, it's so scary how, like, that's the one time I go ahead and do, that's the one time that I do the guard, right? And he guessed it correctly. Very scary, right? A lot of times I'm trying to evade, trying to do other stuff, then I guard and I get killed. I get guard broken, so it's very scary. That's the power of a good read, though. Or power of a good read is so insane. Nice. Nice. It's the power of not blocking Akira, and then he does a guard break the moment I block. Yeah, seriously, it's all in the community. That's just a fact. That's how it is beyond the first 2 years of a game's life. A publisher has been, but would be crazy to pour a lot of money into it after the 2-year period, especially if they're going on the down payment model of we pay for the game and then we don't pay anymore. It's like the DLC. Such a long distance guard break. Oh, that was so good. Nice. That's what he does to nature. Good. That was excellent. Nice. So he did the 666p, right? No, just 6-6p, but delayed. Okay. So that's what I get for fuzzy guarding and letting go. So I guarded, come on. So, almost. I can guard that, though. So. Okay, his throw came out, mine did not. I'm glad Paul's used to this now. This is good. Nice backdash setup. So I should have gone for it. Okay. So I can bait for that. So I can't believe that thing would beat PK from that range. Very good stuff. It is. It's very true, Spence. Very true. That was really good. That was really intense. Thank you very much. Bye. That was a real headache, but it was fun. I just did fuzzy guard at -6. I tried not to break the fence and I paid for that. Should just force escape. Man, that thing is nasty. That was really nasty. Okay. That's a nice setup. I couldn't guard. Have to be. Okay. I got away with him hesitating. I hate that. Nice. I should have punished that. Okay. Good game. Okay, I'll wait for the invitation. Paul wants to do a reconnection, see if that'll help. So. All right, we'll see how this works. So Frank or FC Racer, I hope you can make it out to on the 15th to Water Lily. If you can, it would be awesome because I plan to be there. Wife has already said it's okay for me to go. So. Hello. So I've learned to love Leon's. Almost. I didn't mash P&K. Couldn't evade in time. Online, it's so hard to evade in time on that when, like, you could do it. That's breakable. Nice! But the connection feels a lot better. Oh, that's delayed there, but yeah. Maybe I spoke too soon. Man. Getting the feels, getting the feels. It's a lot of fun. Paul's flowchart is a lot of fun to try to challenge. There's a few things I can do there, but it's a little risky if he gets the right read. I'll try, but actually it's a good time to work on a certain thing. I'll try to work on it. And we'll see. Good. He's used to Jason elbow. That's punishable. When he steps diagonally, that's when he's punishable. Thanks for the tip. That delay, man. Thanks so much for a tip. 2P. Thanks so much, Rodnuts. I'll work on that. So. Hate when that turns into an evade. I tried to throw. I don't actually know. I'm not the combo person. I do combos I know usually work, but I don't. But I actually don't do the max combos. Like I'm not good at. That's not my skill. That was bad. So, like, if you do 4P plus K, then you have a solid thing that does decent damage but always works, as long as you know whether it's high punch or low punch after the 4P plus K. Or no, you do 6P plus K. So you do 6P plus K, then high jab, then 6PP. That's just a reliable combo against Akira. And it's more like I don't have to remember what the exact max damage combo is, but the max damage combo is something like requires a 2-frame throw, or I mean a 2-frame kill. And so, but I keep missing it, so yeah. That's interesting. Good. So he'd use the low kick because he knew that. Paul is trying out to... So right now Paul is trying stuff out. He's experimenting. And that can cause some execution challenges too. But that's what he's doing. He's trying to see some stuff that'll work. So that's why he's being very defensive. Oh. Don't know. Nerves? So the funny thing is when somebody's trying stuff out, they'll noticeably slow down. Well, there's many reasons for slowing down. But when they're trying stuff out, you'll see them slow down because they're focusing on trying to get something to work. And so that can also throw you off because if you try to play as if they're going to respond right away, that can really mess you up because they could actually delay into what... They can do a delay on like kind of on accident. So that's usually how I know when somebody's trying something out or trying to change their game. In this case, I don't feel the pressures on Paul, so I feel like they're trying stuff out. Yeah, I'm playing on. I don't know. They were playing on lap from what I saw. Yeah, generally when you train for a tournament, you gotta. I definitely have to like do lap play because I know most tournaments you're gonna have to play lap play. The problem is different setups have different seat size. I see. I see what Roger's saying. No, but you have to situation confirm how you, like, you have to situation confirm the 2P plus K. If they block it, you need to prepare for a low punch. But if they don't typically low punch, then you can gamble on kicking them if they try to do some other stuff because the kick is really fast. But usually just run away or guard. But if they do anything other than low punch, if you hit and they do anything other than low punch, then you get some good stuff. But it's kind of it's an easy read actually because there's not many answers you can do. So that's set up for the Okizemi. That's just getting used to the timing on each knockdown. So it just comes from doing it a lot. Punishable. Ukemi-semi is very strong on online environment. For a long time, some of the players relied on a lot. Yeah. Very good to see you, Sven. Thank you so much. Thanks always for the support. You've been supporting me so much for 2 years, and I really appreciate it. He went for the low kick again. That was cool. I was not expecting the low kick to happen again. So. Oh, that's it. I was hoping for that to work out, but it doesn't, meaty. Nice. Ring out again. Good game. That was a lot of fun. So that was a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun. VF gives me a lot of fun, so it's easy for a game that keeps giving back. It's true that, I mean, there's no dispute that offline is the better VF, but to me, online VF is still a form of VF. I've played like so many versions of VF, it's fine, you know? But also, this online is way better than the online environment of 10 years ago. That was like, everyone was on Wi-Fi then, it sucked. So, like, it was annoying. And then also, PS3 and Xbox Live played differently, too. You can keep playing, I don't mind. I'm happy that you're still playing, so I'll have the fun for you. This is definitely feeling heavy. Like, it's hard to notice, except for the fact when it's heavy, it means like the input's dragging, meaning you have to be a little early. Meaning, and sometimes it means you have to, like, you can't wait and watch, which is what Paul's trying to do. Paul's trying to wait and watch, which you still can do online, but you can't do as much as you could in offline. Not at all, like, as much. So calibrating, like, how much to do is the hard part. But that's also what I say is the fun part for me. Because when you figure it out, the match is, in my mind, still a lot of fun. But it's like, okay, I gotta kind of commit. Now I can react. And it's about how much you can do, too. It's not just the fact, well, at DK's level, maybe it's about how much the online is. Because he's doing it a really good deal. I think Deniso 201 is the one that's really scary. I hate that doesn't work. Yeah, I gotta actually do the real combo against Akira. So, for now, I should just do the combo that's gonna work. I'm still trying to do the 2-frame kill, but I think that combo doesn't work against Kira, so... Yeah, well, there was good and bad to the PS3 versus Xbox 360. What was good about the PS3 was that even though you could see the lag more, you could actually react to it. You could actually do the correct combo. When you're on Xbox Live, it masks the lag a little bit, so sometimes you didn't know that you didn't have the combo. It sucked when that happened, so I had to just do like middle damage combos all the time because you couldn't confirm it visually on Xbox Live. But it felt smoother because it was hiding the lag. And so people were like, no, I like it better, and I'm like, at least on PS3 I can confirm. Like, I can see if I can do the combo or not on PS3. The better players were on Xbox Live, though. I mean, really good players were on PS3, but PS3 also had a service drop. Like, I mean, after a certain patch on the system, it got worse. The service did get worse at a certain time. And so, like, at the early parts, it was better. Oh my god, I can feel the weight there. But yeah, but he won that. He won on decisions and I'm talking. But the hard part is against Paul, I cannot do autopilot, so... Or I cannot do, like, reaction mode. I have to kind of think about a little. Or I have to, like, use more Yomi. Yeah, that's probably true, DK. To be honest, that's probably true. When people finally moved to Xbox Live, that was probably a lot better for you. No doubt. And Xbox Live definitely became the better platform after that patch. Paul's like playing the waiting game, so it's like, okay. Alright, we'll deal with the waiting game, Paul. Let's see here. Hey, Tricky, so good to see you. Well, there's actually a decent form of autopilot. It just depends on what it's doing, what the autopilot's doing for you. So sometimes what it is you can autopilot certain skills, and what you do is you reserve your focus for very critical decisions. And you can do that. It's kind of matchup based though, so you have to like, because when you play with less focus on the mind game part, but you know that your execution is doing its job, and that your training has done its job in preparing you for the matchup, then you can let yourself play faster on that part of the game. But you have to kind of pick and choose moments where you're going to use your focus on the actual decisions that you need to make to win the match. So there's a balance in how you use focus. And so autopilot is kind of a deceptive word. It is bad to play without thought or consideration. But if your gameplay is already playing with consideration, then you're kind of okay. And so that's kind of the role of some skill checks and mix-up checks against your opponent. Nice. 666 piece, so good. My day's going very good. Yeah, but there's room for both. So when you play, especially a game like VF, you should play on the Spectrum. So it's a lot of self-management. It's like sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Depends on what's going on in the match. Yep, that is. That was nice. Nice played, Paul. Nicely played. Paul's gotten a lot better at the ring out pressure game because of the way he's playing it kind of carefully, setting up certain situations. And even if I escape the side throw, there's a good chance I was going to ring out. So it's really good. Yeah. Also, momentum is a role because you do want to rush your opponent if you've got an advantage. So. That's very nice. I like the low kick there. That low kick is good. It's too bad that didn't work. My guaranteed 4K did not work. I'm so sad. Very good game, Paul. You did. Well, so the thing was there was a guaranteed 4K. It dropped because who knows? We could blame the lag because I did pre-buffer it, but it's okay. It happens. But I am glad that I at least reacted to it and not, you know, overcommitted there. But I was screwed at that point. I did not get the 4K. Let me rotate my stick, so I'm dropping stuff. Huh, 4P turned into 4P. That's good. That's a good round. Okay, so all three doesn't work there. Wanted to see if that would work. Nice, got it. Nice. He's getting used to the lag. But he's doing great. Better than he thinks. But he's doing great. Nice. Forward. Shit. Almost. Good game. Good game. Damn, there was a fly. Alright, yep. Good to let it sync up. Yep, it's true. Decisions are good, so. I thought Paul did an awesome job with that, with the camera awareness. Nice. I like that setup. Hesitated, but that was good. Really good round. You guys were all really awesome. There's a lot of fun side switches you can do at the wall, or a lot of Uramura you can do at the wall. Oh, did it go back to main? Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure if Paul... Yeah, Paul was chatting. Okay. I was like, Paul's holding guard and chatting. Sidekick almost got it. That would be wonderful. 120. Well, that's what VF6 should be, right? It should be a 120 hertz game. It'll be ridiculous. All right, let's focus. Good round. Super patient. Current games can, but it can get weird. I blocked. Good game, good game. I tried to block, but I hit guard too early. Or what I did was I hit all three, and then I let go of punch and kick. That does, like, that half the time will not work. You'll end up not guarding. So you gotta be careful about that. Very good game. That was an awesome set, Paul. Thanks so much. Yeah, I agree with that too. Definitely agree with that. It sucks, right? Rodney, you and I, like, we know we're going to guard, so we just let go of punch and kick, and then no block happens. And we're like, what the hell? All right, let's do matchup stuff. Yeah. Let's just be patient. question. We'll do matchup stuff. All right, let's try to play this the Leon versus Sakura way. 666P is so good. That won't work. Okay, I think kick guard cancel would have worked there. Good read. Always has a good read on when I'm actually going to guard. It's good. It's really hard. It's probably a rule of threes thing too, but rule of threes, your opponent will some opponents will change up after 2 times losing. Some opponents will change up after 3 times losing. So sometime on the 3rd or sometime on the 4th. Hey, no problem, Silverbolt. I had a lot of fun having you here, so thank you. Look at that desync. Yep, that should be a ring out. Power of 11 frame jab. Thank you so much for your time again, Silverbolt. And I'm so glad Rodney's been watching too. Okay, no problem. We'll let it sync up too. I'm gonna have dinner after this set, but I have a lot of fun today. This.
Round 1. Ready, go!
If you have to go to dinner or you have to do something, it's okay, Paul. Not a problem. What? Okay. game. Good game. Oh, okay. Yes, they are closed today. All holidays, Costco closes. Very nice. That crouch dash option is so good. I can do that. I tried to do 4-6K plus G, but it didn't come out. It's like, it took like 3 times to get that move to come out. Like got that last minute. Shit. Did the hop instead of a throw, instead of a low punch. The punch didn't register. Well, 8 P plus K minor cat recovery hit. We'll do the waltz. Hey Nova, it's awesome to see you. Man, it's so awesome to see you, Nova. Want to play some VF with you? I hope you can make it to the monthly on June 15th. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Dizo says they're going to go for sure. Yeah. I don't know if Renzo will come. I hope they will. They're still figuring out their summer plans. So I hope they'll be in town. We'll see. It's always hard to tell. All right. But they might come, but I don't know. It's really Renzo's hard to predict like that. That was an awesome. Oh no! I was hoping that would work. It was just not. The range wasn't right. That was a really fun game. That game was a lot of fun. I love the taco stage battles. So. Some wonky stuff happens, but it's really fun. It goes both ways. So I'm hoping, but you never know. You honestly, you never know. Like suddenly it'll be like, oh, I'm here. It's like, oh, okay. You know, it's like. There's, I think a part of him wants to time it for PAX as well. You're doing, oh, Paul. You're doing awesome. You're getting used to the online environment again, but I know you can play both. This is about training you for both. So. I can break that. I know I can break it. I need to mash kick though. I mashed punch, but I forgot to mash kick. Yeah. So that thing is a hard counter for that opening option. I escaped that. Oh no, I didn't. I did left instead of right. Okay, I did the wrong direction. Thank you very much, Nova. Yeah, I agree with Paul. Paul is too humble. Ah, 6 XP, so good. Ah, forward throw. That was an awesome game. Very good game, Paul. Okay. Very good, very good. Man, his media timing is really spot on, like everyone's saying. Almost. That would have been so awesome. Alright, not the reach. Nice. Really? I low punch hit. I low punch hit and did an elbow and I lost. Okay. It's like, that's okay. It happens. It's like, want to do one more. That was a really good game. That was a really good set. Let's do one more, then I'll do dinner. We had a late lunch. We can do a late dinner. I was pretty sure I did a low punch into an elbow, and it hit on the low punch. So I was like, crap, that's okay. Yeah. We both went for it. Cute options need not apply. Let's see. Why get away from my face? God. Connection is generally good, not as good as usual, but generally it's fine. It's just a little heavy, but it's fine. Like it's playable. We're reacting. To be honest, I mean, the fact is we're still able to do a lot of reaction stuff, but we do have to pre-buffer certain things, right? It's one of those where, like, if you're doing a wake-up guard and you got to do low a little early, because if you don't guard low early, it just won't register, you know. If you decide to guard low, and that's fine. It doesn't feel that bad. Like I'm happy with the connection. Like, we're having awesome matches. That's kind of what I like. So. And we're doing good Yomi stuff, or you are? I need to train myself in that situation. It's gotta be a Nitaku though, so I need a Nitaku or something there. Rule 3, so after twice, okay. Yeah, you've gotten used to the timing again, so you remember that, like, in this situation you have to change your speed, which is good. So. That is a tricky part with online too, is like having a hard time if you're late, like you're super late on evading charge attacks. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I can evade this a lot offline. Then online, if I realize I'm late, then I need to just take the hit or something because it's not going to work. I got lucky. He chose to throw. He chose to evade throw. defense. It's a delayed low kick. Okay, delayed down kick. What? Come on. Mash punch and kick together. Mash kick. Almost got it. Very good game. Oh, losing it. That was good. It is good. 4-6K is really, for that reason, it's hard. Oh god, really? Yeah, I can't do the jab. Thanks for the advice, Rodney. Right now I cannot execute. Like, I'm dropping a lot of stuff, so. No, instead of 1K, it's 4-4 kicking guard. So you're talking about 4-4 kicking guard, okay. It's a good idea. But Paul does react to it, so that's the problem. Like, I do use that move a lot, but Paul can react to it, so. If he's primed for a low, I'm screwed with it. Man, good guess. He guessed I was gonna, or he just went ahead for it, but yeah, like, so the hard part with the dash float chart is using something like guard break is really scary to, like, it's really risky if they're primed, if they're already buffering dash, right? So the dash float chart is really nasty. So it's like, I can't do the guard break in that situation, but I was thinking that I might be able to get it there. It's like, no, he's watching for it and then hits punch. Oh yeah, this one is good. Yeah. It's like a hop kick, 4-6K plus G. Yeah, I've been using it a lot. I should focus on the match though instead of chatting with you guys and thinking about the move you're trying to talk about. So, but it's not that he waits. I mean, he waits for 1K, but he's trained himself to fuzzy that. So it's one of those where doing a slow move is really, it's hard to get him in the right space for it. Yeah, that's 4-6K plus G, this one. And I do use it a lot. Like, everyone can tell you how much I use this move. Good game, good set. Not happy with the last couple of games, but I think I was trying to think about how to use the move Rodney's talking about. And I'm like, but we were trying to figure out what move he's talking about. So you're talking about 4-6K. 4-6K is really good. That one's hard to do against a dash flow chart. It's good to use with spacing against Akira, but right now, Paul has gotten a good idea of when to do 6-6-6P. And then he also cancels into low punch, so he'll do 6-6 low punch. But the 6-6-6P, he's gotten a good idea of when I'm going to go for spacing. And 6-6-6P is a hard move to use, but Paul has a good sense of when to use it. And so it also, he used it to kill. 1K will win on that because of that, though. But it's a good point. But right now, I don't have a lock on when he's... I do use 4-6K against him, but I have to use it in a different... Like, I'm having trouble using it in the situation you're talking about. Because Paul doesn't just wait for, like, 1K. He just does fuzzy and hopes he low blocks it. So, Paul's, like, trained himself to, like, low block at the timing of the 1K. But he'll stand guard a little after. And so 4-6K is still slower, and he'll still block it. Paul's gotten himself used to a certain block timing. which is why you see him head bobbing like crazy, even online. So, you know. But, okay. I mean, there's 8K, if you're talking about 8K. Yeah, that's just 8K. Yeah, 8K is the normal one. That is good. For me to use 8K against Paul, you're correct. In that I have to make sure he's not in an evade, like he's not in the mode of evading. So 4-6K is good, but it's just as vulnerable when you start evading 1K. It's the same as evading 4-6K. So I have to make sure that you're just in the low block state and that's it. That's really hard, especially because the way that you play and the timing that you do your low block into high guard is the problem, right? Because you're low blocking the 1K timing, which is faster. Actually, they're on similar time. I think you got a point. Because 1K is like 16 frames. Okay, 4-6K. Okay. But 4-6K is a good move. That's a tough one, though. I'll try to figure that out. Yeah. As long as I've got him playing linear, then it's really good. If he's playing linear and throw, then 4-6K will be really good. And actually, the last set he was playing pretty linear, so that's a good call. It's a bad call when he starts doing ECD like a lot and going for, but usually he goes ECD when he wants to counter jab with the shoulder ram, because it's really hard to break the stagger break online, but you can do it, but it's hard. So, you know, yeah. The 8K you do, except like I said, is once I just have to make sure you're in a linear mode. If you're in a linear mode, I can do the 8K, I can do the 4-6K. Lately, you have gotten better at of invading to the backside, though sometimes you still do down too much. But as long as I get you in a linear mode, I can do 8K or 4-6K. But if you're in a sidestepping mode, like I'm in neither of those moves or 1K, they're kind of in trouble. But the hard part with the 1K is lately you've gotten good at low blocking around the timing of the 1K. So, but even then the elbow doesn't work, so I don't know. It's weird. But you've got the block down. Like you've been blocking a lot of those. A lot of people just sidestep the 1K and launch. You don't do that as much, except for when you're sidestepping like a lot. So, but I did fail to identify that he had gone back to being very linear in the last two sets. I can only see that in retrospect. But yeah, he was pretty linear. So 4-6K would have been good, yeah. But mid-low mix-up is such a scary thing to do. Especially if the conversion's good. Then that's really scary. Yeah. Because it's not like Paul is mashing lows as much. Yeah. Like Paul's not mashing lows as much. He's kind of waiting to block something. So it's really 4-6K becomes really hard when someone just wants to block. So yeah. Huh. That's an interesting way. I don't know about that. I don't think it kills the few frames in. I mean, it's got to have like a large advantage to do it like that. But that's an interesting point. I'll think about that. I'll try. But the thing is like 4-6K is just really. Paul's converting on those, you know, like even when he does his partial, it's still like a third of my life, but it can be 45. But yeah. Yeah. Which hit throw are we talking about, Crazy? Oh, you're talking about 3-3 P plus K. 3-3 P plus K is a very slow move. It could work because you can delay it the way Akira delays with dash. Then 3-3 P plus K can do that. We can take a look at that. Yeah, 3-3 P plus K is good. It's, let's see. 3-3 P plus K it's reasonably fast. I need to work on, it's a nice hit throw. Hey, Shag. Awesome. What did Shag say? I don't see what Shag said. What did Shag say? Shag. Paul, where did Shag say something? So 3-3 plus K is 18 frames. However, it does slide under high punch, so it is a good one to do when you read like high punch. Nope. You cannot, it doesn't slide under high punch. Why do I want to, damn, that sucks. It's got a lot of stun, like I'm having trouble doing evade. Like it's too early, like it's got a huge stun. I've got to like wait before doing evade throw escape. Because if I do it too early, not like that, right? It's like an Akira move. It's a lot like Akira's P plus K moves. I've got to like wait this long ass time if I want to buffer and evade. Right? Because if I do it too early, it's like that. This is what I'm talking about when I say some moves have more hit stun than others. This move I gotta wait. Yeah, 19 frames for this move. When Paul's doing this, this is actually a bad move to do. So I've got to, I don't know. This move, from advantage though, makes sense. So, 19 frames, -9. I hate that -9 too. Though lately, Paul wisened up quickly when I started doing reverse Nitaku with P plus K. Why can I not input that? Yeah, with the cure you can't do this way, so you need to do... I need to practice that. It's just this. Just do that. 61 damage. Damn it, Kira. Let's try one more. Yeah. What's that? So what is everyone saying? What did Shaq say way ago? Long time ago? I don't see Shaq's message at all. Okay. Yeah. So Paul should just play offline only, and then not get any training for VF. So, but he is in St. Louis, right? But I already told everybody how 2014 I stopped playing online VF. I regret it because I spent like the last 2 years learning characters I didn't play against when I only played offline. So because West Coast we had like so many Brad players, so I got experience against Brad. I had no Akira players, and then no Wolf. I had one Wolf player, and he was good, but he doesn't play the way like let's say Chief Flash plays. Dennis 0201 count. Okay, so I could play Dennis 0201, but Dennis 0201 can only play online, so I could not play with him because he's family man schedule. So Yeah, from 2014 to 2020, I did not play online VF. I only played offline, and it was good, but I could only fight against like 5 characters, you know, because we had Eileen, we had Brad, we had Sarah, we had Jackie, did not have Akira, did not really have Ataka. Wolf, I would have had to travel, and even then couldn't really make it out except for Seattle, so I did have one Wolf player I could play against. So it was just like, it's like matchup knowledge is better than not, right? The purity test was something I regretted. And so, but also, playing on Parsec was way better than playing online on 2014. And playing this game, because most people play on Ethernet now, not everyone, but most, is way better than playing this game in 2014 online. 2014 online, so many players were on Wi-Fi. It was really bad. And so it really was a different game. You could not do backdash and confirm. Like, you could not confirm backdashes. You had to like guess more than normal. You had to guess by a long shot. You had to guess pretty much when you chose to do backdash. You were just going to assume that they were going to play into it. And you couldn't look for an animation, which offline, you know, you can. And that was hard because that was a big part of my game. So like when I played online and then I played with IU Fanboy offline, he was like, yeah, it's like you play a lot stronger. And it's like, because online I have to play Rushdown with a character like Leon. And Rushdown is fine, but it's just a whole lot. It's like a lot of guessing. And the reacting part is a lot harder to do. Can't really do it online. But you're playing against characters that can guess with normal hit launchers, and so their guesses just, you know, do a lot. My guesses, they have to really play into, because I've got to really counter hit. They've got to play into a backdash. The best thing I could do is this, right? Which is like, you know, punish the evade, the side, like evade punish with this. That was like probably the thing I could do online. I could PK. I could punish with KK. Technically, in theory, I could punish with this, you know, with this until... Yeah, so it was just... Online wasn't bad, but it was, well... 2014 online was rough. It was fun, but it was radically different game. This game still resembles the offline game. If you watching Rodnuts versus Paul, you get to see how close. If you played, everyone's watched Dennis 0201 fight with me. Dennis 0201 is feels a lot like offline. It's not perfect, but it feels a lot like offline VF when playing against Dennis 0201. Yeah. Assassin has gotten so much stronger. His intuition is very, very good. Similarly, the player Zaytigi, he's got a lot of scary intuition. Once he gets, like, the stronger he gets at his VF fundamentals, the stronger Zaytigi's gonna be. Zaytigi's got really scary intuition, and his whiff punishing is scary. His space, he's got a lot of scary stuff. Yeah. Zaytigi is a newer player. He's a new player who's playing L-Blaze, and he plays L-Blaze. Does he play Brad? I can't remember if Brad's his other. But I really like his L-Blaze. But he's a newer player. Looks like he's coming from Tekken. Maybe Dead or Alive. But he's an up-and-comer. He's very new. But very scary. I win against him all the time. But he's one of those players where you feel like this guy is going to be strong. In a similar way that Assassin feels like he's getting stronger, and you know that like the stronger he gets, the more scary he'll eventually be. Zaytigi does a lot of you don't want to whiff against him. You really don't want to whiff against him, and you don't want him to guess correctly on whiff punishment either. So yeah. It would be awesome to have Jimmy in New York City. I'm excited. I would love to see Jimmy Claymore play offline, but Jimmy Claymore's online and focus just on the Yomi part is really scary by itself. But I also know that Jimmy, my feeling is Jimmy is a very similar player as Nero, actually. So, yeah. Oh, I bet. No, that's the thing. offline you can react a lot more, and Assassin has actually very good reactions. So yeah, I believe that. I believe it totally that Assassin will be even more scary offline, and just has to kind of get used to it. And I'm glad that Colorado has a lot of offline BF. Jimmy is on another level, 100%. Well, I'm saying that I think Jimmy is on a similar level, is a very strong level. I'm not going to say which, but he's up there. Yeah, no. So that's the thing. I love that I can react block to low rising attack offline. So online you can kind of do it, but you have to react like way at the start of the rising attack, like at the very start. It's really frustrating if you try to go from neutral guard to low guard. Like, it is so hard to block on reaction to the low rising attack. So it's better to do this and standing guard. Like this is better. Going this and then reacting to the mid is a lot better, online and offline. But online, it's just really hard to just last second block the low rising attack. It's really obnoxious. Like, you have to just, I feel like you almost have to guess it. Yeah. But yeah, the low block thing is a tough one online, because once you play offline. So here's the thing: you can feel offline. Offline, you can react low block a lot better offline than online, but people do still get conditioned really. So in VF, conditioning is still really strong, but you have to condition them for the lows more. So that's the reason I'm strong at it, is because of a lot of experience conditioning people offline to when I can do the low. Because it's an offline skill, but it translates to online if you know how to do it, if you just kind of have a sense of when people are conditioned for it. But if they're primed to block low, just like Paul is, then it becomes a lot harder, right? And offline, it's even stronger. Last second throw escapes. Last second guard throw escape. Like, let's say right now, this is much better offline. Offline, like, let's say I go like this, and I go, oh wait, they always do back, and I do this at the last second. So easy offline. It's so easy just to go like this offline. But online, you're like, okay, you just watch yourself get thrown by this because you were too late doing this. But it is, I honestly am serious about what I'm saying, how for me it's a lot of fun playing the online and the offline. And playing the online, I do think buffs you up in the offline. You're going to play stronger in the offline. Like, if you play in the online, it does help, unless you're playing on Wi-Fi or you play on a bad connection, then that will mess you up. So unless you're playing like it's 2014, because that sucks. Actually, 2014 VF is fun, but it's just a radically different game. A lot of stuff is just not there because yeah, like, it's just radical. But it's a lot of fun. But it does feel really good when you play the offline, you drop the weights, and you're like, man, I'm playing better and I'm stronger. But I will hold to what I'm saying, where usually, in my experience, usually the person that wins online usually is also the player that wins offline. It's rare for me to find the case where that's not really true, because everybody's playing better offline. Your opponent gets a speed boost too, but now if they're only playing a certain online way, like they're playing all long range moves, then okay, maybe that, right? If you're playing like the red bar connection style, if you're playing the I only use attacks that have like a lot of hit frames and I do a lot of traps, then yeah, that will lose offline, because it just doesn't, like, because people are just going to defend it better. But yeah. KOF 13 is awesome. All right, I'm gonna go have dinner, and then I'm hoping to play more VF tonight, but we'll see. I think my kids will definitely want to have some father-children time, and that always takes priority. But the good thing is we already got some movies out of the way, and we caught up on Demon Slayer anime. And we love watching that. I don't know how kids can watch Demon Slayer not get scared. They're unfazed. But they watch some other stuff and they're terrified. But they watch Demon Slayer and they're like, doesn't scare them at all. They can watch arms getting cut off, doesn't scare. They can watch someone explode, and they're like, yeah, we're okay. Like, it doesn't scare them. Then they watch something where a little like less violent, but maybe because it's more grounded in reality, they're terrified. Like Demon Slayer has got this magic ability to not be scary for kids while still being like adults are like, that is violent. So yeah. So I don't get it. And I've watched many kids from Japan and America, when Demon Slayer turns on, they just go nuts. They love it. It's like me when as a kid when Dragon Ball came on. They're all for it. They're so excited. Demon Slayer just like hits certain buttons with the kids. So all right, everybody, you have a good one. Let's hope to do more VF tonight. And welcome back to those, like, man, awesome job everybody at Combo Breaker. That was an amazing tournament to watch. So you had that. I actually got into Dragon Ball a long time before it came out in America because I went to Thailand and I would buy the books and then I would read the book. I would explain the story to friends at school, in middle school and then high school. And so then they fell in love with Dragon Ball, but it wasn't available in the US yet. When it finally came to the US, a lot of friends asked me about it too, and it was so much fun, and I was glad because I actually was in an anime club before Dragon Ball was brought to the US. And in that anime club, those guys, they were older guys that were playing Amigas, and they just wanted stuff that was either very violent or very sex-oriented for their anime. So like, or Project Daco for some reason. So they were into those. And so either super weird, super violent, or super perverted is what they were looking for. So when I would show them Dragon Ball, they were bored with Dragon Ball. But when I showed it to my peers in school, they loved Dragon Ball. They're like, holy crap, why is this not in America yet? Yeah. Yeah, there was, yeah, Overfiend, yeah. Probably the next generation is the Blue Girl, right? So, yeah. Definitely do not test your children with those. I do think Fist of the North Star is very violent, right? But I enjoyed it. I was into Fist of the North Star as a kid. Actually, I did like some of the violent anime as a kid because, there's Wicked City. Though I think the Hong Kong movie Wicked City would have scared me. But I like the anime Wicked City, right? So that was messed up. It's a lot of your weird sex and violence. There's Midnight Eye Goku. Ninja Scroll is really good. A lot of my friends in middle school loved Ninja Scroll. That's what got them into it. Yeah, manga video, but their ad called it manga. Yeah. What else was there? There was a lot of good stuff. I do miss 80s and 90s anime, but I actually like a lot of early 2000s anime, like a lot. So, go figure. All right, we'll talk about anime another time, and probably numbers territory as well. But everyone have a good one. Let's see if we can raid though. Yeah, I do want to see what the chat is saying. Paul, it was awesome matches and the connections were good, by the way. Yeah. Rodney, thanks for the tip on 46K. I will try that. Yeah. Tricky, thank you so much. Loved having you in here. Congratulations to Tricky. Real big congratulations. Big hugs, big congratulations on continuing your reign at Combo Breaker. I'm really glad you were able to make it. I'm really happy that Tricky can still go to tournaments sometimes. I know they're very busy with work and school, but now they've graduated. with the PhD. Congratulations on the PhD. I do want to play Alex Go Roar, but I do need to. I need to have dinner. I'm really hungry. But thank you for the offer, and I hope we can play. Make sure you add me if you don't have me already. I think we are friends on PSN, but if not, it's just the same name, Chanchai. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh no, don't do this to me, Twitch. Twitch, I hate it when they do this. Twitch messes around with their web app and with their really drives me nuts. Twitch drives me nuts, whether it's their app or whatever. Like, I always have to go out of my way to do some basic features of Twitch. So today I can't do a raid. I want to, but it won't let me because they changed the interface. Or did they? Let me see here. It's kind of laggy though, so can't they just give me the freaking like PC mode? You know, without using a PC? No? Okay. Yeah, Twitch is really being a jerk. Like, they changed the browser app to be kind of like the app on the phone, and that one like is like very gimped. So yeah. All right. Hopefully we'll play a little later today. I'm hoping to be back on in an hour or two, but it's not a promise. It's just a hope. But I had an awesome time with Paul, so thank you all very much. Take care and cheers.